I wish you a pleasant viewing. Made my life hell, I'll throw a beeper in your office ceiling. I joined the army and my first duty station was Okinawa, Japan. It's a beautiful island with awesome people and delicious food. I hated my unit. My 1SG picked on me. My first line was the worst though. She wanted to give me non-judicial punishment and was trying to build a file. The problem is, she had nothing on me. So, she just badgered me and said all my work was awful while taking credit for all my work. If that makes sense. Like, I would count people on the island and their status, present for duty, temporary duty, sick leave, regular leave, pass, etc. She'd take credit for compiling the report by having me send it to her for her to send to our higher echelon in Hawaii. If someone needed a list, say of everyone with blue eyes, I could run a query in a system and get that list. I was the master of many aspects and she took all my credit for me taking time to learn my job properly. If someone needed anything on their record, I would update it. If they needed a file on permanent record, I uploaded it. When the commander needed to know who was coming to the island and who was leaving, I made that list every month. When it was my time to leave, they asked me where I wanted my farewell lunch. I said I didn't want a lunch nor a award. I was leaving one morning to go change after we worked out and my platoon sergeant asked me what I'm doing for my farewell. I said, I'm not doing shit. He went to my supervisor's supervisor and complained. I was then called into his office. There was my PLT sergeant, my supervisor, and her supervisor. He said, what did you say this morning? I said something like, I'm not doing anything for my farewell? He said, no, I want the exact words. They were going to give me non-judicial punishment for not wanting a farewell. My commander, who signs the paperwork suggesting punishment, said hell no, because I was leaving in 2 weeks. It made no sense. Non-judicial punishment is one of 4 things up to doing all 4: loss of rank, taking of pay, restricted to base up to 45 days, and extra duty for up to 45 days. It made no sense, honestly, to put in the paperwork on a departing soldier. They forced me to choose a restaurant and put in for the lowest award, Army Achievement Medal, worth 5 promotion points. The base command sergeant major's policy was no one left without anything lower than an Army Commendation Medal, worth 10 promotion points. So, I chose the most expensive restaurant. A few people showed up and they presented my award. They asked me for a speech and I said, remarks complete. And then walked back to my seat. Someone said, damn, Sergeant, name, has nothing to say? She must be sick. My officer in command of my area said she'd pay for my lunch. I grabbed my baby from my lieutenant and I left. I only let her hold my baby so I could be presented an award. I was not wanting anyone there to even touch my child except the Filipino Mafia, Filipino Soldiers. There were a lot and they called themselves a mafia. They taught me a lot of dirty Tagalog and some Visayan. I took the award and walked into the commander's office and said, it's clear I was given this only because CSM, name, wanted to know why I was leaving without an award. It's the lowest award you can give. He said, you don't want your paperwork for your records? I said nope. So, I bought a beeping device. It made a few beeping sounds every few minutes. I went into my office early one morning, climbed on top of the filing cabinets, and tossed it over the wall, to her office about 3 days before I left. I sat there and listened to those beeps with joy. Another troop in my office kept saying, WTF is that beeping? I just soaked it in. She had to listen to it until the battery died or she was stationed back to the US. Should have let me leave silently.